Hello and welcome to another Booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're doing very, very well. Another bonus video, you say? This is the last bonus video. We'll be back to Sunday, Wednesday uploads from Sunday. But today's little bonus video is me talking about my TBR for Cosy Reading Night, which is going ahead tomorrow night, Saturday the 12th of October, between the hours of 7 PM and 10 PM BST. And is in conjunction with Bookshop Day, which is lovely. And I will be celebrating Bookshop Day by going to a little lovely bookshop in Margate, treating myself to a new book to potentially read in the evening. I've also got some maybes on my pile here from the Books in My Bag Readers Awards, but I just wanted to talk through my plans for the evening and just to remind you that it was happening. If you've never joined in with a Cosy Reading Night before, this is like the OG Cosy Reading Night because it first of all happened in October, and before we started doing all the live shows and everything, which I love to do, we would do it that we would just be on Instagram and Twitter throughout, not on Twitter anymore, so just Instagram now, using the hashtag Cosy Reading Night, and just getting cozy and reading, taking photos of what we're reading, what we're eating, our blankets, our candles, etc., and just sharing them with each other throughout the evening. And then there'll be a vlog that goes up on the Sunday morning. So the video you'll see after this will be on Sunday morning, and that will be my vlog of Cosy Reading Night, but also with a little bonus bit of footage of me going to Margate, to go to the Margate bookshop to treat myself to a book. So the books that I plan to read, now I speak on behalf of my husband David because he's still at work at the moment. He's here, but he's still at work. Are books that we got sent and that were on the Books in My Bag Readers Award shortlist. I will link the book haul of that below if you'd like to go and check that out and see me and David unboxing the whole lot. So I scratched my chin last night in my sleep, actually woke myself up bleeding and it hurt so much. So if you're wondering what that is, I scratched my own chin in my sleep last night. So the two books that I mean, the whole shortlist was very exciting, but the two books I picked up that I potentially plan to read on Saturday night, maybe along with another one that I buy. So this is like the shortlist of the shortlist before I then get to Cosy Reading Night and decide what I'm going to read. So the first one was Clear by Caris Davis. I picked this first of all because it's a very short one. It's just over 140 pages. Also, I was at my cousin Laura's house recently for dinner, and she had her best friend there and his husband. We were all chatting about books and everything, and Ben mentioned that this was a book that he'd read and absolutely loved. So when I pulled it out of the box, I was like, oh, I've heard about that recently, and I was very excited. So yeah, Clear by Caris Davis. It says it's a wondrous tale of bonds forged. I really struggle with the word forged. When two men are pitted against each other on a remote Scottish island during the Highland clearances. It's set in 1843 on a small island off the north coast of Scotland, and Ivor, the sole occupant, leads a life of quiet isolation until the day he finds a man unconscious on the beach below the cliffs. The newcomer is John Ferguson, an impoverished church minister sent to evict Ivor and turn the island into grazing land for sheep. Unaware of the stranger's intentions, Ivor takes him into his home, and in spite of the two men having no common language, a fragile bond forms between them. Meanwhile, on the mainland, John's wife Mary anxiously awaits news of his mission. Sounds bloody brilliant. I love the end papers because it's a map. I love a map in a book. And yeah, I just think it sounds great. It's published by Granta, and they never really miss Granta. So that's the first one that I imagine I will get to this like in the evening, because it'll be lovely to like indulge in a whole book across the 3 hours, which would be lovely. But also I couldn't help but be so excited by the fact that Julia Armfield's new book Private Rites was in there. Julia Armfield wrote Our Wives Under the Sea, which is a book that we read for my Patreon book club last year and absolutely loved. And then since unboxing this and filming the video, I've watched Jen do a video talking about how much she's enjoyed this as well. So yeah, I'm really pumped for this. Oh, she's so pumped she's flicked it over. So yeah, but here we go. There's no way. Oh, so it's been raining for a long time now, for so long that the lands have reshaped themselves. Arcane rituals and religions have crept back into practice. Sisters Isla, Irene and Agnes have not spoken in some time when their estranged father dies. A famous architect revered for making the New World navigable, he had long cut himself off from public life. They find themselves uncertain of how to grieve his passing when everything around them seems to be ending anyway. As the sisters come together to clear the grand glass house that is the pinnacle of his legacy, they begin to sense sense that the magnetic influence of their father lives on through it. Something sinister seems to be unfolding, something related to their mother's long ago disappearance and the strangers who have always been unusually interested in their lives. Soon it becomes clear that the sisters have been chosen for a very particular purpose, one with shattering implications for their family and their imperiled world. Excited about this as well. So I imagine this is also high on the list. This is probably what, if this hadn't have been on the shortlist, this would have been the book that I was buying on Saturday because I'm so excited about it. But yeah, this plus the book that I'm going to buy myself on Saturday. I mean, the real trouble happens when I inevitably might buy more than one book on Saturday, but there we go. So that's my TBR. I speak on behalf of David when I talk about his TBR, and he's doing something very exciting on Saturday night that he's not done before and that I quite like doing, and he's going to read the first chapter of 2 books and then pick which one he's going to carry on with. And the 2 books that he has picked that he's going to read the first chapter of, first of all, are Northern Soul by Phil Earle, and then the Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. Both again from the Books in My Bag Readers Award shortlist. So Northern Soul says, Marv's 14 and his life is simple. There's football and his best mate Jimmy. Perfect. Nothing else matters until a new girl at school called Carly crashes into his life. For Marv, it's love at first sight. His emotions flipped upside down as he knows a girl like Carly will never notice him. He needs help, lots of it, but when it miraculously arrives in the shape of a musical idol from the past, the path to Carly's heart proves anything but easy. First love is unforgettable, and poor Marv is about to learn this the hard way. Him and his Northern Soul. Very excited. It's published by Barrington Stoke, which is a publisher I've not really heard all that much about. So yeah. So he'll be reading the first chapter of that, and he'll also be reading the first chapter of The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. Now, he's read The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, books 1 and 2, and enjoyed those in the series. And this sounds like I would also like it. 18-year-old Belle has lived her whole life in the shadow of her mum's mysterious disappearance. 16 years ago, Rachel Price vanished, and young Belle was the only witness. Rachel is gone, presumed dead. The case is dragged up from the past when the Price family agrees to a true crime documentary. Belle can't wait for filming to end, for life to go back to normal, but then Rachel Price reappears, and life will never be the same again. Lights, camera, lies. So those are David's 2 books. He will not be getting a book in the bookshop because there is no way that he will read more than these. So he's going to... Well, you know that's the truth, David. So yeah, he'll be doing that. But I'm excited for him to read the first chapter of both of these and then pick which one he's going to read. So those are the books. And then the sort of accompaniments to the evening. So I've put on my favourite autumnal jumper today to sort of film this, because it's Cosy Reader Night, it's autumn, it's all happening. But on the actual night, I will be wearing these Halloween-y pyjamas, because October equals Halloween as well. So I've got these pyjamas that I bought in Morrison's, oh God, about 4 years ago maybe. They've all got like lots of little outlines of ghosts, and some of the ghosts are like holding spiders or pumpkins or just being generally cute, got little bat wings on, and the top is long sleeved, which is also lovely. Now, David, have you got access to these pyjamas?
What are you talking about?
The ghosty ones that we've both got?
Yes.
Maybe David will wear his on.
I don't know if they fit or not. I haven't tried them on.
You'll have to wear them like a little crop top. Yeah. But David's also got them. David's weirdly a short sleeve, mine's a long sleeve, but I'm all up for long sleeve pyjamas. So that's the first thing. The next thing is blankets. Now, I treat myself to this new blanket in August as a Halloween. I mean, look at it. It looks like a Halloween fruit salad. It's this pink and orange bat checkerboard printed blanket, double lined from TK Maxx. It's dangerous for me to go in places like TK Maxx and HomeSense because the stuff just doesn't hang around. So if you see something in there, you know you just have to get it. And there was only one of these, and I saw it in August, and I was like, I know we don't need any more blankets, but this is just amazing, isn't it? And it's the time to use it. So I'm going to be using this. It will be having its inaugural cuddle on Saturday night. Excited about that. And then, oh no, not the last thing. And then next, David bought this massive candle, again from HomeSense last year. Look at the size of it. Plus, look at the size of the lid. He bought this last year. Now, I'm not a big pumpkin spice person. I don't really like the smell of it. But this is Pumpkin Butter by DW Home, which is the brand that does the candles in TK Maxx and HomeSense. And it's quite subtle and like warming, and it just feels nice. So we will have this burning. We've done very well because often at the end of Halloween, we send boxes of half-finished candles back to storage, only for next year to unearth them, but have bought new ones in the meantime. So I would like to get to the bottom of this candle by the end of October. It could well happen, including 3 hours on Saturday night. And then the last thing to think about is food. Now, we're in Margate for the day, so maybe we'll get some little snackums and stuff like that. But I was thinking about dinner. I'm just gonna have a little look and see what's coming on our Gousto to see if any of those are exciting. Let's have a look. So coming this weekend, oh, one of them David's not going to be up for at all. So one of them is plant-based smoky pepper and tomato soup. So I love soup, but he has no way he's eating soup for dinner. The other ones, we've got a Malaysian-style cheese roti canai with dal, sounds nice, or fable mushroom and cashew massaman curry with rice. Both of them sound nice. The fable mushrooms are pulled mushrooms and they're really, really nice. So maybe we'll go for that. Fable mushroom and cashew massaman curry with rice. The other thing I maybe was considering was getting a takeaway. The other thing I was considering was maybe getting a takeaway.
Yeah, if you want, I don't mind. Not really that bothered.
Did you hear me say it the first time?
No, I didn't.
I mean, we never ever have a takeaway.
No, we don't. I think this year, obviously we've had takeaway with other people.
If we go to some other people's houses sometimes, but we never ever have takeaway.
I can count on one hand the amount of times that we've had a takeaway.
We never have takeaway.
And do you know how many times that is?
How many?
One.
When was that?
I don't know.
Oh.
So maybe 0.
Yeah, so we literally never have takeaway. So I was maybe considering takeaway. We'll have to check the finances. We'll have to see if it's able to be happening. And also we are going out during the day for lunch with your sister. So we need to measure it up against things. But yeah, it'll either be one of those Gousto recipes.
What I would say now is documented. Lauren knows this. She cannot dangle a takeaway in front of me and then rip it away. Because it will just ruin the night.
Go away. You're so naughty. You didn't want to be in this video because you were still working and now you're all excited.
He's
very cute. Right, so yes. So join us on Saturday using the hashtag Cosy Reader Night to see what takeaway David gets and to see what books David ends up reading and what book I buy when we're in Margate. See us in our pyjamas. And yeah, we'll see you all then.
For and what takeaway we're having.
I've said what takeaway we're having. See you then. Bye.